Okay, can you hear me now? I think so. That's funny you got to do that. I apologize, but it ain't my fault. Johnny, Lance, Carlos, Joe, Jerry, Gary. Man, why are you up at this hour? Because you've already been up for 2 hours. That's why, Gary. You probably had to put some wood in the fireplace. Uh, let's see here. Paul, good morning. Miss Jenna, good morning. Joe, Charles, Mr. John, Unlimited, Mr. Skyfly. Danny, good morning. Oh my goodness, it's early in Seattle. I'm sorry about that. It is early. Brother Bob, good morning. Captain Joe. Charles. Let's see. Danny, Gary, Joe, Brother Bob. Have drone. Hey, take care, man. Have a good morning in church, everybody. Captain Ray. Captain USA. Captain Joe America. Paul, good morning. Hope, man, I tell you what, this is fixing to bust a cap right here, and it is pretty. Let me tune this down just a little bit where y'all can actually see it. Sitting in the cab of the truck here this morning, it's really got some clouds on the horizon. Sun come up at 7:23. Good morning, little sister. Sun came up at 7:23, and Gracie's my sister, Gracie Johnson. That's Gracie, y'all. She's sitting on the back porch. Or she's looking through her back door and she's seeing it too. So she's got a good view of the sun in the morning. Captain Ray, let's see. Thank you, Brother Bob. Yep, went away. Got on the twins show Friday night to show them my video where I crashed into the tree there at the house and with my FPV drone. Next thing I know, they're bumping me up. So they bumped me up to 1,000, went over 1,000 yesterday, and it fell back. But that's fine. It is what it is, but I do appreciate you guys doing that for me. That was not expected, didn't ask for it, but you guys took the kindness of your heart and bumped me up there. It was kind of a cool feeling to see that. Got an email from YouTube this morning that I was over 1,000, but it's $9.99 this morning, so that's okay. It's not a big deal. Let's see, going to make coffee. Yep, I got me a cup from good old Mickey D's this morning. Man, I hope y'all can see that. I hope it looks as good there. It don't look it on my phone, but it is pretty. Captain Ray, getting close for you to have your little old gathering down there in South Florida. I hope y'all have a good time down there. Still not sure yet. That's right, Carlos. You are exactly right. Captain Kenny Day. Kenny Day, good morning, my friend. How are you today? Community coffee is the only coffee. It is, Johnny. It is good stuff. Just don't get the tamed down version. Just go ahead and get the real stuff, man. Don't just get it and go. This morning, I'm gonna read to y'all right quick. We all are chatting back and forth. And I know y'all have heard of this, but we got a little old bakery here in Texas, and it's about 30 minutes from the house. It's called Collin Street Bakery. They're in Corsicana, Texas. They're on State Highway 31 in the middle of the worst driving place I can go. Man, it's hard to get through Corsicana. And it's about the world famous stuff they make there. It's called a deluxe fruitcake. And no, it's not the guy reading it. Immigrant baker from Wiesbaden, Germany, and W.T. McElwee, a local cotton buyer, combining the talents of a baker whose pride and joy was baking a butter cake with the flair of a man whose business ability had a touch of the sensational, was a move that resulted in the most unusual and successful business enterprise. One of Weidman's few assets was an unknown cake recipe. This was to become the famous original deluxe fruitcake, today shipped to every state in the United States and to many foreign countries. McElwee, a lover of sports and the theater, built a morning house over the bakery in 1906 and invited visiting baseball players, circus performers, and vaudeville troupes to stay there. Soon guests were having fruitcakes shipped to friends in remote places. Employees at the bakery during this era recall visits from Will Rogers, Ernesto Caruso, John McGraw, Gentleman Jim Corbett, and many other celebrities. They also recall the day the great circus showman John Ringling and many of his famous performers stopped in and ordered Christmas cakes sent to their many friends in distant lands. Collins Street Bakery. Another little tidbit about old Texas that y'all probably didn't know about. Some do. Man, I know they start about Thanksgiving, Christmas. They get some kind of busy getting them fruitcakes ready to get out. It's a happening place. I know they've shipped a lot of them overseas to our young men and women in the military. They've been doing that for years. And every once in a while, the local paper and stuff will have a little story on them. So, anyway, their fruitcake's really good. Didn't buy one this year because it's so expensive. Yeah, $9 dozen eggs will make stuff go up. No doubt, little sister. Hey, good morning, Dan. How you doing, young man? What do tigers dream of? Their next meal. Do I want lamb? Do I want goat? Do I want antelope? You know, that's what I think they do. Fruitcake is good, man. They are good, Daniel. I'm not a big fan of them, but they are good. And go Cowboys. I know y'all are in the chat bragging about this, that, and the other, but until the Cowboys get beat, I'm a Cowboy guy. And when they do, if they do, I'll go with Kansas City. That's who I'll be pulling for. Not your beloved Philadelphia Eagles. Sorry, can't hang with them. Too many bad memories from when Tom Landry and the Cowboys played them, and people throwing batteries wrapped up in socks at them back in the day. Funny stuff. There's my sunrise. She's busted the cap there. She's above the little old dab of clouds. I am flying the Phantom 4 Pro V1, Paul. It's the replacement of the one that fell in the lake that Sunday morning. Y'all remember that? Mr. John, good morning. All right, Brother Bob, you're going to go on me. DeMarco, good morning. Yeah, I don't think it will, Bob. Cowboys don't have it together. They are either together or they're not. You're just not sure which Sunday morning team's going to show up. That's the way I see the Cowboys right now. Good bunch of people. They got a defensive coordinator's probably on his way out. Yeah, they're still out there, Dennis. I was fortunate enough to get the first one at a pretty good deal, but that morning it decided to fall out of the sky. Kind of ruined my good deal. So I wound up probably paying about $1,000 for one. Jerry Franks, good morning. Make you a moderator. Next time you tap, you'll have a blue name. I'm flying a very expensive trash can. That is true, Dan, but in my opinion, it's what I like, and that's what I do. You know what I mean. Good morning, Mike Miller. How you doing? Trash cans fly. You can empty them too, Dan. It was full of water that morning. I did empty it. But me and Rodney got to fly last weekend. That was a lot of fun. We went to, I give him the big tour. I started here at the lake with him. Then we went and ate breakfast. Give you a little rundown of what we did. We ate breakfast. And then we went to where I went to school at, down there at Crossroads. And we flew FPV in about a 40-mile-an-hour wind. And I've got to put my video up, but I did a power loop. And man, I took off into the wind, and then when I let go to come back around, it blew about 50 or 60 yards the other way. That's how hard the wind was blowing. But we had a good time. Rodney did a good job. Rodney's done real well flying FPV. If y'all haven't seen that, y'all need to check him out. He does good. Metro Drones, good morning, Bill. Give Sandy a hug for me, man. Tell her I said hello. That's that orange ball that everybody gets up and chases us around. I appreciate you guys doing it. Carlos, a super power loop. It was, Carlos. Man, dude, I'm not good at that stuff, and I get nervous. Y'all seen the video where I flew into the tree because I held on to the loop too long. That was my fault. But I thought I let off this one pretty quick to come around, and by the time I come back around, it had blew it about 50 or 60 yards. Miss Jenna, good morning. Let's see. I think I've said hello to everybody. All right, enough running my head. Let's go fly to the island and come back, and then I'll let y'all go visit Johnny. Boy, that sun is tough. This pillar post right here. So I'm going to turn up the EV value right quick so I can see what's going on here. But yeah, me and Roddy went and ate breakfast at Denny's. We went to school and flew FPV down there till we ran out of batteries. Then we went to town, carried him to Whataburger. We went to Whataburger and eat breakfast. Then I had some stuff to do that afternoon. Dropped him off. Then we went back and eat dinner that night and had some good Mexican food. And dropped him off. Then he went to see his mom in Tulsa the next morning. Shoot, almost by the time I got to work, he was in Tulsa. I got to work at 6:30. About 7:30, 8 o'clock, he called me. Or texted me, said he was there. I said, wow, he's an early bird. Mr. Hatmaker, good morning. If I haven't said hello to y'all, I'm flying now, so I'm paying a little more attention to what I'm doing. This trash can, requires special attention. Requires all the attention in the world. So I don't want it to rust out. Almost as good as In-N-Out. You know what, Ray? We don't have an In-N-Out handy, but if I get to the Metroplex, I'll stop and get me one. Hey, we got a boat tied up here today. If they're camping, they're cold. It is still duck season, but there's no ducks right here. And I apologize, the screen jumping around like it. But the fish are biting, and people are wearing them out. That young man that's a friend of mine, he's a guide out here. He is busy, busy, busy. He's posting something nearly every day on Facebook about the fish they're catching. Yeah, I don't know why I was doing this morning. I'm going to head back to the boat ramp and let y'all go see Johnny from the Sunrise fellers. TDR, good morning. How you doing there? Yeah, high winds, fly with caution. I get it. We're flying anyway. Caution avoided. Yeah, we got white bass in this lake, some hybrid stripers, catfish, and crappie. That boy's been catching a lot of sand bass here lately. He's a big crappie guy. And that's what he likes to do, is catch crappie. He stays pretty busy. I think he does like from 8 to noon, 4-hour trips. Sometimes he does 2 a day. But he splits up. It's not a day trip, it's a half a day trip, I think they are. Yeah, Bob, I'm pushing a pretty good wind, it seems like. It's taking a long time to get back over here. They was a little cold front pull through yesterday. And we got a little rain yesterday, but it's blowed out and cooled off now. But anyway, guys, from the Sunrise guys, we thank y'all for following us around. I haven't seen Paul or talked to him. I'm going to call him here and I get through. I think he had some issues this morning. Dennis had a little issue, I think he said. And now I've got this bad jitter jump crap. But anyway, y'all go check out Johnny Joneflower and tell him good morning. If you'll tell him Chris sent you, you'll get a discount on your coffee. It ain't much of one, but it is something. Something's better than nothing, right? See who I've missed in here. Brian, let's see, Brother Bob, Mr. Barkley. Hey, you bet. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. And we will catch y'all next week. Y'all have a good week and happy birthday and anniversary to everybody. And think about those that need a little prayer this morning. Dan, appreciate you stopping in. Carlos, you too, guys. No, I hadn't caught the crabs. That's down on the coast, man. Anyway, you guys have a good Sunday. We'll catch y'all later. Bye-bye.